We're live again. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna leave the natural light on. I'm gonna leave the natural light on. See what happens. Let me see. Leave the natural light on. Yeah, I don't want to put the other lamp. I think it's fine like that with the natural light. I'm in my studio. I said, let me go upstairs. It happened again. Yeah, no, it happened again. It's weird. I think there might be a couple of issues. Tassel. Because when I did the stream again with the same Logitech camera, the same one, I got the black. No, you didn't hear the audio. That was no. Let me backtrack. First live stream, the camera went blank. Right, it had the black screen. So I said, okay, let me just let me. I didn't reboot the computer. I should. That's what I should have done. But I'm thinking it might be the hub. It might be the hub. I just bought a new hub. I bought a new hub about a couple of weeks ago. So I've been using a new hub on it because I need more USB ports. But as soon as I disconnected the live stream, the camera came back. So I went to webcamtest.com to test the webcam. It worked fine. It's weird. It's weird. Because another thing I noticed that I have my Yaesu hooked up to the hub too. 91 the Yaesu. It has a USB cable that goes into it. That's for FT8. So, but I disconnected it. I said, let me come back. Let me come back on with the other one. So I tried the other camera, the Chinese one. I went to webcam test. The video looks fine. But then the audio went dead. Remember you couldn't hear the audio? You couldn't hear the audio? I guess the microphone, it changed the setting on the microphone. But when I went to webcam test, the audio is not working. So I said, forget it. I'm not going to try to fix this nonsense. So I said, let me come up here. I'll just come up here for a little while and then I'll be done. Because something's going on. So anyway, I shut down the computer downstairs. I'm going to reboot it and I'll go through it. And let me see. Because I'm in the process. Also, that's another thing. I don't want to use my Yaesu radio with the same computer I'm going to stream with. Because it uses the micro, it uses a sound. When you set up the Yaesu for FTA, it's going to use an audio for the Yaesu and a microphone for the Yaesu. So sometimes I don't want that to conflict with, it's a long story. So when I come back after Labor Day, I want my Yaesu to be on one computer and the streaming is going to be on another computer. I don't want them to be, right now they're both together. I don't want that. I don't want that. That's one thing I don't want. See, like I have the FT8 is over here on this computer. And this one is only for streaming. This is only for streaming. That computer handles the FT8 and all that. Because the problem is FT8, it needs the same sound card. It needs the same audio. And that could cause problems. So I can't do that. Yeah, you have to separate them. It's not better, you have to. It's the best thing to do is just separate them. So right now, like yesterday, I was running the Yaesu for a couple of hours, the audio, and I was gonna stream. I was gonna stream while the Yaesu was running, but I forgot. I said, no, I can't because it's using the sound card right now. It's using the sound card, so I can't do it. Because it uses the sound and the microphone. The Yaesu. And the Yaesu is off. It was off, but still, I think there's some kind of issue with either the USB hub, and it's weird. And that's the first time it happened. I live streamed the night before on Danny's show. The night before I was live streaming on the Danny show, and I had the Yesu on, but I had it on medium wave. I was just listening to the radio. I was just talking about we were talking about the convention. I was just talking about the convention on the Danny show. Yeah, I did a live stream the night before. I did a live stream on the Danny show. Yeah. It was on late though. I started around 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock. I forgot the live stream. It was in the evening though. Yeah, well, 8 o'clock because it was during the convention. Because I was gonna comment on about the speech and all that shit about the whole stupid and how they put this one in as a to run again. You know what I mean. I didn't want to talk about that here, but I was talking about it in the Danny show, and then it worked fine. I had the radio, with the USB, but it's not using the USB at that moment because I'm using the I don't know. YouTube acts crazy with the notifications and all that. So I said, let me come up here. And that's I said, rather than because I want to be on for a couple of hours at least more, and then. But I know tomorrow Jules is doing his live stream. Tomorrow night he's gonna do his live stream from 9 o'clock until midnight. So I'm thinking about doing one too. Maybe I don't know yet. I don't know yet if not, I'll just be on the live stream with you guys. I don't know yet. But now I gotta figure this out. Because one thing about the Logitech that I bought, that was open box, that was used. Not this one, this is a brand new one. But the one that I remember I told you I bought it. And maybe it's acting up. It's probably the camera that's acting up, maybe. Because the other one, the Chinese one, when I put it in, it worked fine. But the microphone wasn't working. Now that could be because of the since I haven't used it for a while, the driver. Because when I go on webcamtest.com to test it, and what it does, it tests you could test when you go on webcamtest.com, you could test the video on the camera alone. Then there's a microphone test. So when I did the microphone test, it failed. It failed on the microphone test. So that's when I knew, okay, there's something going on. There's something going on with the setting on the microphone. So I'm just going to leave it alone. I'm not going to bother with it. I'll do my streams here for now because I do want to separate the two. Right now, I got the Yesu hooked up to it. I want to simplify it. Remember the computer that I found? That I showed you? It's the same. It's like, I may use that one for streaming. So I may buy an SD card for that one. Because I already got the Yesu FTA hooked up with it and everything. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave that one for the FTA and all that. For the amateur radio stuff. And then the one that I found, I'll use that one for streaming, but I want to get an SSD drive for it. And then I'll just use that one for streaming only. So, but I want to see if I can put Windows 11. That would be better. If I could put Windows 11, then I'll use the 4K one. If not, I'm thinking about getting a computer that I can put Windows 11. This one, I can't put Windows 11. This is older. This is an older gaming PC. But I don't want to mess with this one. This one is working fine. I don't want to mess with this one. This one only does what it does. This one is just for streaming, and that's it. I don't want to mess with this one. This one is working fine. I could do this one for another couple of years, even a year or so, before I feel like I need to upgrade. But right now, it's fine. I don't want to mess with this one. So, yeah. I didn't want to come up here because I'm still, see, I had to paint. Let me show you. Remember the ceiling issue? So I painted it. I cleaned it up. I cleaned it up and I painted it. I have to give it another coat here and there. So, yeah, it happens too, But I know the webcam that's downstairs, that was a used one. That was a used one. I bought that one from eBay It's the same model as this one, but it's used. Actually, that one is supposed to be a later model of this one, but that one is used. When you buy something used, you run into risk. So maybe it overheated or something. I don't know. I don't know what happened. Maybe that hub is not. Maybe I shouldn't use the webcam with that hub no more. Things like that. So, hello Estrella Garcia. I hope you're doing well. Hello MDK2. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, we're gonna do that C4 FM. I've been playing around with it. I can do C4 FM. There's a local repeater very close here that they have C4 FM, but not Wires X. Only C4 FM, but no Wires X on the local repeater that's nearby here. So I connected to that one, boom, with the with an indoor, with a little indoor, the little whip that I have. But I went ahead and bought another antenna. It's a small one. It's like a little, it looks like a little stub. I have it downstairs. I just need to get the stand. Yeah, you can use C4 FM without Wires X. Yeah, simplex. You can. You can. For example, when I connect to that repeater, the only thing is the when I put my call sign, they told me not to put the slash. So I put my call sign, right? Kilo Delta 2 Zulu Zulu Echo space Dan. When I put in my case, I didn't even put my name. I just put my call sign. That's it when I set it up. That's it for that. And that's it for that. I connected to the repeater, no problem. System Fusion, no problem. Local repeater. That one does not have Wires X. It's listed on repeater book. No, it doesn't have Wires X. On my hotspot. Now, there's another thing about Wires X I'm going to tell you in a minute. On my hotspot, when I first connect to it, on my hotspot, I do have a switch that says Wires X pass through. I switched it on. It is on. Wires X pass through is on. So what happened is when I first started going into my hotspot and I hit the Wires X button, it would just look for it and it would time out. So I didn't know. I was like, why is it timing out? It's my hotspot. You should be able to look up all the stuff and you should be able to connect to it and put everything on my radio. So I found a video on YouTube. The guy said you got to put your squelch up to 20, which is weird. So I did that. I put my squelch up to 20, and I was able to connect to Wires X through my hotspot, no problem. I pressed the button. It took a couple of seconds, whatever, a second or two. Connected. That's it. You're connected. Wires X. So you got on my FT991A, when you connect it to Wires X, you got to put your squelch up to 20, at least 20. And it connected the Wires X portion. It connected fine. I was able to Wires X, download, and right there, boom, I got everything on my radio. It was not, on my repeater is simplex. That repeater is simplex. It was simplex. Yeah. Hotspot is so much better. It's much better. It's much better. Now, there is another Wires X repeater. That one is located in the Bronx. That one I can, there's nobody on that repeater at the moment. When I connect to it, anyway, plus my antenna is still indoors. When I put my antenna outside more, maybe I can connect to that one. Because I have, I got a repeater book. They're all there. There's quite a few of them around here. But the closest one is only, I don't want to open up this browser right now and do all that. Because I already had a couple of gremlins today. It's very close. I'm in the basement with a little with the little CB mag mount, and I connected to that repeater with no problem. When I connected, they were doing a check-in. They were doing checking, like the nets. So I right there, I say, "Oh, Kilo Delta 2 Zulu Zulu Echo," and then I was like, "Okay, you need to." And then he was telling me, "Okay, you need to lower the mic gain down. You're coming in pretty good, but you're like," I said, "Really? Wow, I got the mag mount. I'm using a little mag mount as an antenna. I put the mag mount on the windowsill in the basement, and I connected to the repeater. 140, 2 meters, 2 meters." And I was like, "Hey, you're coming in strong." And I was like, "Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't." So I had to, of course, I lowered the mic gain down. Then he told me, "Get rid of the slash." He told me, "Don't put your call sign slash and then name," because I watched videos, I seen that. He said, "No, on this repeater, if you put the slash, other people are not going to be able to hear you on that repeater." So I said, "Okay." So I went ahead so now I just got my call sign. So now I connect. So I'm supposed to get the stand in the next couple of days. It's a mag mount little stand. I'm gonna hook it up to the little roof right here on the garage, just to have it outside a little bit, and see if I can connect the one with the Wires X in the Bronx, and see if I could. But right now, Wires X works fine for me. On my hotspot, it works fine. But you have to put the squelch up to 20. Otherwise, it times out. It won't connect. And that was weird. He said, "Put it up to 20." As soon as I watched the video and I did it, boom, I connected through Wires X, no problem. Now the GPS part of it, I had to do the latitude, longitude. I had to manually put it because I bought a GPS antenna, but it's not working. It's not working properly. I don't know what's going on with my. I bought a GPS antenna from AliExpress. I paid about $16 for it, but it's not for anyway. I gave up on that. Anyway, I don't. It's not. That's not important. The one that I have, you can use all of them. Matt, you could. I have DMR. Or it has all these modes. You can use DMR, YSF, C4FM, NX. It's called MMDVM. It's Pi Star. If you go on AliExpress, you find them for about $60. I didn't bring it up here. I don't have it because I'm not in the basement, obviously. It's a very small. You go to one of my live streams, you'll see it there. Because I don't want to open up another. I just went through a whole bunch of gremlins right now. My live stream is working fine. I don't want to open up another browser or nothing right now. It's called MMDVM. MMDVM. It's a little black. It's already built. You can buy one with 2 antennas, but that costs more. I got one with a simple antenna. It's a simplex with 1 antenna. I paid about $57 for mine on AliExpress. Marriott DX also bought the same one. So if you go to his channel, he talks about that too. We have the same hotspot now. Because I bought mine first and then he liked my hotspot so much that he went ahead and bought his. So Marriott DX also has the same hotspot. So that one you can do D-Star, System Fusion, DMR, also NXDN, whatever it's called, NXDN. I applied for that number for that anyway. You can also do cross mode. You can also do cross mode. You could do YSF to DMR, DMR to YSF, and there's a couple other. You can do a few cross modes. I tried that. It works fine too, the cross mode. So you could also do cross mode. So on your Yaesu, you could talk to DMR, anybody on DMR if you want. You just got to have the DMR ID and all that when you set that up. Eventually, I'm start making videos on that stuff as I'm more proficient on that. I'll start making videos on that, how to set up if you want to do cross mode. I already tested it. It works fine. So I will recommend that hotspot. Don't buy no Bridgecom. That's $400, whatever that. You don't need it. I get good audio reports on the hotspot and a Baofeng DM1701. You don't break the bank on Bridgecom system or open. What's the other one? Open. There's another one called Open Spot. I forgot what it's called. Open. They're like $300 or $400. Some of them are like $500. I won't even go that. So this one does all that. It does all that because is remember is a Pi Star Zero. I mean a Pi Star. The Pi Star has an Orange Pi Zero computer inside, so it does every mode. It does D Star in there. I can't look at it at the top of my head. I know there is a cross mode for there's a cross mode for everything. All of them have their cross modes. And for $60, it's worth it. It's worth it. I will get that first. Just get that. If later on you want to buy Bridgecom, right now I'm happy with that hotspot. I'm very happy with it. I get good audio reports and everything. It works fine. It works very well. You know, I'm very happy with the hotspot. You know. Yeah, and cross mode, that's another, and I noticed that too. That I noticed on my C4 FM, a lot of people don't talk. Even though it seems to be about the same amount of people, no. D-Star, I talk a lot more. I talk way more on D-Star. DMR, excuse me. DMR, I talk a lot more. Way more. C4 FM, I probably have maybe a handful of contacts right now. That's it. Because people just go in there. It says 24 people there. But when I look at my dashboard, nobody talks. I only see 2 people. They key up and that's it. And you know, and I don't want to talk to people in there. I want to make contact. So on DMR, I've spoken to people all over the world with no problem. So you know, so when we're gonna talk, we'll work something out. See, maybe next time I'll do it. Maybe when I do my live stream after Labor Day and so on, because I need, like I was telling you earlier, I need to separate them. Okay. Yeah. So what you do is, you know, most likely it'll probably be the what is it called? America's Link. We'll probably talk on that one. That's the one that because right now I have it set up to worldwide CQ, but maybe me and you will talk on America's Link. Just figure out what time, and then I will just go on. And then when I see you on the dashboard, then because on the dashboard I can see who's connected. As soon as they key up, I can see them on the dashboard. You know. And then, you know, like with Married to the X, we went on Talk Group 91. And as soon as I keyed up, he saw me. Then he keyed up, and then we started talking. And then, but eventually, you know, of course, in DMR, you could do your own private thing. But in C4 FM, I'm still learning the, you know, but I noticed that a lot, there's not, I don't know. I need to find places that they're chatty because right now I went to a few rooms and nobody was talking. I was like, this is dead. This is dead in here. On DMR, and people talk. There's always somebody talking. If I go to Talk Group 95 on the Brandmeister, people talking there. Talk Group 91, people talking there. But C4 FM, when I went in there, nobody talks. I was like, very few people. One guy was the other. My first contact was the guy. He just came on. Can I have an audio check, please? And I was like, and nobody's replying. So I'm like, so I say, okay. Then I spoke to him and I said, no, you sound good. All this stuff. And yeah, I would definitely. If you haven't tried DMR, yeah, you need to get DMR because it's night and day. The people you talk. DMR, I've spoken to people all over the world. Easily all over the world. And, you know, QRZ contact, you know, they confirmed me. I said, okay, cool. I spoke to someone from Brunei. I just got a confirmation from Brunei. Brunei, which is somewhere in Malaysia. It's a small little country inside Malaysia. You know, 2 nights ago, I spoke to someone in Reunion Island. Reunion Island, that's like off the coast of Madagascar, right in Africa. You got Madagascar, and then there's another island that's right outside the Indian Ocean. Is Reunion Island. So there was a guy there. You check, I'm calling CQ, I'm calling from Reunion Island. Anybody out there? So of course everybody jumped on him, and then I spoke to him. Reunion Island on DMR. It's cool. But on C4FM, I noticed nobody talks. I'm going into the big rooms and people just key up and they don't want to talk. I was like, okay, well, only like I said, it's been about a week now. Handful of contacts. C4FM. That's it. Because it's dead. I don't want to be on waiting for that thing to come out. I said, forget it. And as soon as I switch to the DMR, I put my ball frame down. Boom, people are talking like crazy. Yeah, it's on my QRZ. Yeah, we did a QSO on 10 meters. FT8. Yeah, I have it on my QRZ. I have the picture. I have your QSL there. This is my Ready DXer right here. That's his QSL. He mailed it to me. So my Ready DXer, if he comes on live. So this is with DMR. This is the no, I never got a physical. It was a EQSL. No, it was EQSL. Yeah, so this is my Ready DXer right here. I want to show that too. It's pretty cool. He said he's gonna mail it to me. I said, wow. So I'm in the process of because I have my wife designed it for me finally, and so I need to get the what's this card stock? What is this called? So I can print it. So I'm gonna eventually mail one to him, and then if you mail me yours eventually, but I know we have EQSL. I know we have EQSL. That I know. Yeah, that's my address. That's my address. Yeah, that's my address. Yeah, EQSL. I know it was EQSL. Because I saved the image and then I put it on the. It's on the when you scroll down, you see, because yours is the one with the flower. I don't know what flower that is. So I know it's a flower. And so I say I'm gonna post it on my QRZ. Where's my mouse? It's a red columbine. Okay. Oh, okay. I didn't know. I don't know what. I don't know nothing about flowers, but it looked nice. So I was like, oh, cool. Very unique, Because I try to post ones that I really find interesting. I just posted on my QRZ. I say, let me post this. Plus, it's you. And I got to know you on the chat. So like his, we haven't done EQSL yet, but I'll probably scan this one and I'll just use that one. I'll print that one in there. Yeah, Tasso, I know. Let me see. Not getting notification. I don't know. That's a YouTube thing, Tasso. So weird. Usually the new streams and videos for people, it doesn't work that. Sometimes YouTube, I don't know for some reason, especially if you have because you gotta understand, if you have a lot of people you subscribe to, I think YouTube doesn't want to send every notification, which I understand. I don't want people to, I wouldn't want to get notified from all the channels I subscribe that they uploaded a video or they're on live. I don't want to, so I don't know, maybe that's what it is. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know why YouTube does that. Yeah. Yeah, that the one that I bought, the one in the basement, that was an open box. That was a used one. And I paid I think I paid about total, I think it was about $40. But I need to check that out now. What's going on with that? Yeah, Maverick Dixon. Yeah, man. There is some repeaters listed around here that has C4 FM, but no wires X. There's quite a few of them actually. So if you go on repeater book, it says YSF. That's System Fusion. Of course, you know that. If it has wires X, then if right next to it, they'll put wires X. And a lot of repeaters that have System Fusion don't have wires X. In fact, around here, I think only 3 repeaters in this whole area, tri-state. I'm gonna say that not tri-state, but quite a distance away, only have wires X. That's it. There's a lot of System Fusion, but not wires X. It's weird. Yeah. No, and I used System Fusion without wires X because when I first set up the radio with my hotspot, I couldn't do the wires X. I told you because I didn't know about the squelch thingy. So I would just, you know, when I had my System Fusion set up, it only went to that room, the room that I set up. But when you set up your hotspot, you got to put what room in System Fusion by the default room. When you set up your System Fusion, there's a default room you want to go to, right? So in my case, it was I put Worldwide CQ. That was the one. Or the CQ Worldwide. I forgot what it's called, something like that. So if it doesn't do wires X, even if it does wires X, that's your default room. So because when I did it to wires X, it would time out. I still was connected to the Worldwide CQ, but that was it. I just didn't have the list on my. I didn't have the list on my radio. That was it. So I would connect on the hotspot, and then when I key up, people key up, I will see them on the dashboard. So yeah, you can. You don't need wires X. So, as a matter of fact, yeah, you don't. I think wires X was something they added later on, but yeah, not no. First couple of times, first for a few days, I couldn't figure out the wires X thing until I saw that video when the guy said you got to put the squelch up to 20. As soon as I did that, I was connected, boom, through my hotspot. It says, when you get the little jingle, it says connected. And then you see your call sign and the hotspot listed right here. And then boom, you got the room you're connected to. And it tells you how many people are in that room. You get all that information. Without the YSX, you don't get all that information. You got to rely on the dashboard. So there's a big difference. And the YSX, you can change rooms right there. Right? Without YSX, I have to use the dashboard to change rooms. And when you change rooms, you have to apply changes and then reboost it's so YSX makes your life a lot easier in terms of switching rooms and all that. That's the only thing for me. That's what I find. And also it tells you the distance. It tells you no, but that tells you don't need YSX for that. It tells you the distance. Anyway. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going back and forth. No, Windows 10. Only this computer has Windows 11. That's it. That's the only computer I have that has Windows 11. These are a lot older. The ones downstairs, none of them Windows 11. So yeah. Yeah. So I have that same photo on my hard copy card. Okay. Yeah. It used to be in my garden. It's gone now, but there are other Columbines run. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Eventually that's another thing. Eventually I'll get my general and then I can work on other bands. Right now I'm just well, I did another thing too. I was gonna announce it, but anyway, I'll tell you guys now. I bought a Kia. for CW. I ordered one from AliExpress. It's gonna be here probably in the next couple of days because I want to learn CW. That's another thing. Even though I'm a technician level license, I can do CW. I can do CW on HF. I may not be able to do single sideband, but I can learn CW and do that. And I really wanted to learn at CW. I said that I made that clear from day one. I said eventually I would like to learn CW. You get yeah, exactly. Yeah. CW oh yeah, CW gets yeah, around the world with tech privilege, exactly. So I bought it's called a Putty Keg or Keeg. It's about $35. It's a little metal one. It's very nice. There's some good reviews on it. So I bought that one. It's a straight gear. Because of course they recommend that you learn the straight gear before you start doing paddles. I want to do the straight gear. So that one is a straight gear. So I went in, I'm that's the one I bought that from AliExpress. It's gonna be here in about another couple of days. So hey, that may Matt, I'm thinking about that. If I really can learn CW and it really very well, I may not have a reason to go to general. Because voice mode, I really don't care about it. To be honest with you, I really don't care about voice mode. FTA is great. FTA is great. But if I could really, if I immerse myself in CW, and I start doing well on it, I may not want to I may not want to do the general because I'm doing what I really want to do. Because I made it clear from day one, I don't want to talk. I really don't. I mean, I'm doing that with DMR right now. Yeah, that's great. That's great for for example, conditions are not good or whatever, or in the late in the evening, I'll talk to a couple of people. But if I could really learn CW, um, I won't need a reason to want to upgrade other than voice. Other than voice. Exactly. I talk too much on the stream. My voice is already going. Tassel. Yeah, you're right. But CW. Okay. Yeah, exactly. I'm not interested in rag chewing. So when you do SSB on HF, but again, even POTA, CW, it's a very modest setup. You can do a CW. I can take this guy. I can just take this guy. The Yaesu. I can take that Yaesu for the CW. Just take that with me. 5 or 6 watts. 5 or 6 watts. That's it. With CW. You know? Right? That's it. POTA or other, POTA or whatever. Right there. I got it right there. I got the radio. Right there. I just gotta. So I'm gonna get that in a couple of days. I'm thinking about ordering the let me see. I mean, eventually I would like to get the general, but and I said it. I say the two. I said it. I made it clear. I said, even when I get the general, I still want to learn CW, right? But if I learn CW, I'm not gonna rush to get the general because if yeah, I know. I didn't think about that, but I don't know if those stations always work on the tech part of those bands. That's something I run into on single sideband. Sometimes they're an extra only part of the bands. Yeah, but you know, But that single sideband, I think CW. Um, I was watching a video the other day that somebody demonstrated that about the noise floor, about when you're doing single sideband on the noise floor compared to CW. Like which one can be heard breaking through the noise floor. And CW was clearly the winner. Was clearly the winner. So you're gonna get hurt on CW, whether whatever spectrum of the whatever of the band, you're gonna get hurt. You're gonna get hurt by someone. It may not be the part that but you're gonna get hurt, as opposed to what you just mentioned, single sideband. The single sideband is a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. Now you're dealing with the way the guy demonstrated. It makes sense. In other words, you're still gonna get more contact on CW than on single sideband. In terms of like, I shouldn't say more. What you're gonna be heard. I think that's what he was trying to say. You're gonna get heard more. And he was demonstrating the same power. I think they were both. I think they were. He demonstrated it. I think it was 50 watts. He demonstrated it. No, I think the single sideband was at 100 watts, and the CW was at 50 watts or something. And it clearly was not even close. It was not even close. You could barely hear the single sideband in the noise, but the CW was like, beep, 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 like above the noise floor. Like, you're gonna get hurt. Doesn't matter. And that's what I'm in. And so imagine. So when I got my technician license, I spoke. With the people that were giving me the exam. One guy, he was he was in his 90s, and he does CW only. He doesn't do voice. He's an old timer. He said, I don't do voice. I've been doing CW for 60 years. I forgot what number he told me. He said, I don't. He said, that's all I do, CW. He's an extra, but it's CW. CW. That's all he does. He was one of the examiners. He said, I don't have. He said, he's an old guy. He's an old African American guy. And he was like, no, I do nothing. He said, yeah, I do nothing but CW. He said, I don't want to talk to anybody. He told me like that. It was like, because it was like 3 or 4 of them sitting there. It was 4 guys. And then the guy that gave me the test, Paul. And since then, man, he rest in peace. He passed away. He was in his 90. He was in his 90s too. So the guy, there was 3 of them here, and then the guy all went this, and I remember the African American guy. And I was telling, no, I don't really want to, because they were saying, no, you need to get it. I said, no. I said my plan was I just want to do FTA, maybe a little bit of voice, and I want to learn CW. He said, yeah, that's what I do, CW. He was like, he really emphatic about it. He was like rooting me on. He was like, yeah, CW. That's what I do, CW. And I was like, yeah, I want to be like you. I want to grow up. I want to be like you. So I was like, yeah. Yeah, no, because you're not gonna get a notice now after a few times, because of course I got kicked off and my camera went bad downstairs. I don't know what happened. Anyway, so I don't know, YouTube, whatever. YouTube. I think after the first time you do a live stream, if you get kicked off or whatever, it's not gonna keep noticing you. I don't know how that works. I guess because they don't want to seem like they're spamming you. It kind of makes sense. You don't want YouTube to be spamming you every time I come on, like especially if I just, I don't know. You know, Because you guys know me by now. Usually, if I get kicked off, I'll come back right away. Give me a few minutes, I'll come back. If I after 2 or 3 tries, if I after that, if I go like this, that's it. That means I'm done for the day. So also the Danny show, I don't know, maybe because that's a smaller channel. Maybe that's why you're not getting the notices. I don't know. Yeah, so I do want to practice CW. So like I said, I went ahead and bought the keyer. I bought the keyer. I said, you know what? You're not gonna practice until you have a keyer. Because I have the I mean, of course I could do it with the Zygu also, but I have the now that I have the Yaesu, it has right there, says key. I'm gonna plug it in there, and yeah, I'm gonna practice on some stuff too. But yeah, you better believe I'm gonna go on. I'm gonna go on the band, and I'm gonna try to learn. Okay, MDK2, man. I got a little Kia. I need to see if this still works. Yeah, yeah. So the one that I got is called is Puri Keeg. That's the way you pronounce it. Puri Keeg. Putikeeg. I paid about $35 in change. AliExpress. It's a I don't know if it's aluminum. It's metal. It's all metal. It kind of weighs a little bit. It's a small straight gear. You got a couple of things you could adjust it. You could adjust it and all that. A couple of YouTube channels I saw, they really like it. They recommend it. It's small enough that you could take it with you. That's another thing. Portable enough that you could put it in. If I ever want to go out with it and take my radio with me, my little Yaesu, or even the Zygu. I'll take the Zygu. The G90. I could take that too. And the knob is made out of it's a plastic. It's a hard plastic. It's a round knob. It looks pretty cool. I saw it. It looks pretty sturdy. I like it. I like the way it looks. It's pretty sturdy. And the reviews that I saw on it on YouTube, people love it. So I went ahead and ordered that one. That's the one I got. Because they're not cheap. I looked around. So that one for $35 is a well built. It's very small, well built. And because I was not interested in the paddles. I'm not. I don't. Plus, they recommend that when you're learning, they recommend that you learn with the straight key first, the straight key, not with the paddle. And I'm not interested in the paddle anyway. I really want to do straight key. I want to go old school. I'm gonna go old school. I'm not interested in trying to speed records and all. I just want to. My thing is, my goal on CW is to copy the signal and send them my signal. If I get a signal report on that, I'm happy. That's it. That's my bar is very low. I'm not trying to be like 35 words a minute, whatever. I don't care about all that. I just want to make a contact. If I can make a contact, that's my goal. That is my goal. So my bar is not going to be too high. So the first thing I have to remember, I have to practice is, of course, the basic, and that's what I want to do. I'm gonna learn the basic, and it's not to be, make my contact. Yeah, I get your report, you get my report. That's it. And that's all I'm interested in. I don't want the weather report of where you are. I don't want to know. No, just you get, you copy. I copy 73. That's my goal. But I do want to learn it. My son actually, a few months ago, he was talking about it. He was looking at something on the screen, And he was talking about it. He said, "Dad, you know what this is?" I said, "Yeah, that's Morse code." He said, "Yeah." So so if he sees it, I think if he see me doing that, that might get him. I'm trying to kind of get him into the hobby in a way. I'm not pushing him, but it seems like he wants to do stuff like that. Yeah, so that's my goal. There you go, 15, 20. I'm more on the 15 side. My goal is like, mm, yeah. But we all got to start somewhere, right? We got to start at so, especially at my age, my memory, But I think in my case, I think if I immerse myself in it, it's something I think that's something that you have to do. You have to just, okay, I'm not gonna do this mode. I'm not doing this. Let me just boom. Let me just it's like learning how to swim at the beach. When I was a kid, my brother, I'll give you a story. Here we go. When I was a kid, we was in Puerto Rico. When I was a kid, we was in Puerto, I'm gonna give you an analogy, even though this kind of a little harsh analogy. When I was a kid in Puerto Rico, right, my brother, my oldest brother, he wanted to go in the Navy. He wanted to go in the Navy. He had one big problem. He didn't know how to swim. He didn't know how to swim. My brother did not know how to swim. You know what he did? He would go every day to the beach. He just threw himself in the water. He taught himself how to swim. In other words, either you drown or you better learn how to swim. He learned how to swim. He went into boot camp in the Navy and he graduated. So he passed the swimming test. Sometimes that's what you got to do. You got to throw yourself in the water and you're going to learn how to swim. The same thing, this analogy I'm telling you. Talking about is one thing. Once you start doing it, you immerse yourself in it. In your case, you said it. Using your brain is good for your brain health. Exactly. But I think when you say, "Oh well, I'm gonna give this a try for a few months," and then you'll see in a few months where you're gonna be at, and then you'll be like, "Okay, wow, I really learned a lot." I tell you, I learned a lot. I learned a lot. Since I got my technician license, I learned a lot about the amateur radio. I learned a lot about VHF. I learned a lot about UHF. I learned a lot about FTA, how to set up the FTA. I learned a lot about radios. How to use the G90. Now I'm learning the FT 991. I learned a DMR. I learned that by buying because I as soon as I bought the DMR headset, that's it. I got to learn it because I bought the headset. I bought it. So of course, my Radio DX kind of pushed me a little bit to that because he went ahead and bought his, and we learned together. He learned and we learned, and we figured stuff out. We figured stuff out, and then we got to the point where we're talking to each other now. We spoke about 4 times already, and yeah. So you learn by doing. Talking is one thing, but until you know what, I'm gonna buy this thing. I'm gonna learn it. That's it, and that's what you got to do. So that's why when I bought the paddle, it's gonna be here in a few days or whatever. I'm gonna start doing it. That's it. Enough talk. Start doing it. And also that is gonna help me also prepare for the general. All these things I'm learning now is also preparing me for the general. It's not just studying. Studying the questions is great and all that. It's good. It's great. I don't say it's great. It's good. It's good. But the more things you do as you're learning them, now you're learning them. You're doing them. You know. Uh, I did APRS the other day. APRS. APRS. I use my the one downstairs I use the Radtel. I use this with a cell phone, my cell phone, and there's a cable that goes to a cell phone. I did APRS. APRS. There's a software you download. I forgot. APRS Droid. Is it APRS Droid? I forgot which. There's a couple of them. I did APRS. I said, I'm going to do APRS. Let me figure out APRS. So you put on the frequency here, 144, 144.39, right? Hook up your your cable to your cell phone. Boom. Load the software. Do the settings on it, APRS. And I say, hey, APRS, I'm doing APRS. So now I know how to do APRS. And then also there's another one you can do, the iGate. There's software for that. So I learned that. So now when I get those questions on the test, guess what? I did it. So now I know what they're talking about. I'm not memorizing that thing. I actually did that APRS stuff. Same thing with Echolink. Remember my Tasso? I was doing Echolink on my phone. I was talking to somebody from Argentina on Echolink with my phone. So I did Echolink. You see, you gotta learn by when you learn. It's better to learn by doing than just reading only. And so now, when I get those questions on the test, oh yeah, APRS, they call it ACK. I know what that is now. Yeah, because the request. Yeah, okay, I know what that is now because I say, yeah. So they ask you a question, what is this particular packet? When you do an APRS, there's a couple of questions. Now I can say, yeah, ACK. I'm not guessing now because I know now. Because I did it. I did it with this with my phone. I did it the other day. I just had to buy the cable. It was a $7 cable. It's a $7 cable that goes from here to your phone. That's it. And then the software, excuse me, I think software is free. APRS. And I did it. I said, boom. And that's also preparing me for the general because those questions those questions are going to come up for the general. So I'm like, okay, I already know that because I did that. Same thing with Echolink. Okay, Echolink, this and that. Okay, boom, did that. DMR. Now that I've been doing DMR, I know what, when I get those DMR questions now, I know them now because I've been doing it for a month or so now. A couple of months almost now, right? So now I can answer that question. Same thing with the system fusion now. You get a question like, what is the digital voice mode for this brand? Yeah, okay. Yeah, C4FM. Boom. Because now I'm doing it now. Hello, Michael, TV Radio 1972. I started the live stream downstairs because we were talking about CBS, WCBS 880 is going to go off the air tomorrow. Tomorrow night, midnight. I know Jill's is going to do a live stream. He's going to do a live stream tomorrow night from 9 till midnight for that. So that's why I decided to come on today because he's going to do a live stream tomorrow. And I don't know if I'm going to do my live stream tomorrow because I came back to the live stream only because of the CBS. But then downstairs, I had a couple of issues with my camera. I had a couple of gremlins. So I came up here. So, yeah, so I should get that key over the next couple of days. Then I was looking at a device too, like a trainer. It's a trainer. There's a few. The one I'm looking at is from AliExpress. It's like about $60. People like that one. They recommend that one too. I know MFJ makes one. There's a bunch of them. But I probably go with the AliExpress one because that one, it seems that people like it. And that one you can practice you can hook up the keyer to it. Or you can use the button that's on the trainer. So for example, if I go on a train ride, whatever, and I just put my earbud on. Like when I went down to Florida on the Amtrak, we could be practicing that with the thing. And because you could practice, they give you lessons on it, and also you could practice. So yeah. Oh, you sent one out. Thank you. Wow. I'm back. I sent a QSL card for the postman to pick up. Hopefully you'll get it in next week. Wow, thank you. Yeah, that'd be cool. Wow. Yeah. You see, you go. Oh, this is for the certificate that I forgot. This is the all continents thing. That'll be cool. I'll hang it up. I'll hang it up here somewhere. Yeah, I'll make room for it. Yeah, I'll make room for it right here. Cool. Yeah. Let me see. Matt, there is a ham fest tomorrow. I may go there. There should be some for sale. The one I got was built more for display, but it works. It fits right in your palm. It is a rose gold plated, very handsome. The knob might be rosewood. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, because I looked around and that one was a good price. And then I went to before I bought it, I went on YouTube and looked at some of the reviews on there. I saw two videos on there, and they really liked the Kia. So I said, I'm gonna give it a shot. And the reviews are good on it. Let me put the name of it here. Okay, where's it? Where's my? How's my batteries dying on them? Okay, and it's called Pooty Keeg. Oh, Jesus Christ! Sorry, Pooty Keeg. That's the name. Pooty Keeg. I think when you put it backwards, it's geek. What is it? Something. I think you got to, if you spell it backwards, is what is it? Now I have to put it backwards and see. Somebody posted in a comment. I don't know. Is it Pooty Geek? Okay, I forgot what it is. Anyway, it's something geek. I don't know what it is. Anyway, you can write it backwards, figure it out. And it's about $35. I saw it on AliExpress. So that's the one I went with. The color that I went with is like a gray. It's like a grayish color, like the Sony. You see that little Sony? Is that color? It's like a gray, like that, like the Sony Walkman. It's not that color. It's like a gray. It really looks really nice. It's metal. It's metal. It's really. It looks strong. I mean, people when they reread it, they say it really has a little weight to it, and it's small enough that it'll fit in the palm of your hand. So if you want to take it, you know, because that's what I plan to do with mine. Eventually, I would like to take that one with me. So they say you might try to learn at a high speed. Well, like I said, my bar is gonna be a certain level, but but because right now, anyway, because I just got this radio, and I know FTA is right now. FTA, even though conditions are not the best, I was able to make contacts the last couple of days. Last couple of days, I was able to make contacts, but I noticed my antenna is well, it could be conditions too, because this is a 64-1 Balin. It says Balin, but it's supposed to be an Unin. My original one was a 49-1. The 49-1 to me was my best antenna. The same wire, the same wire, the same wire, but it was a 49-1. Not when I got out, and remember, I was only doing 20 watts on that one. I had it with this radio. I was doing 20. So now I'm doing, and now that it's hooked up to going down to the basement. I disconnected this one, and 64-1. But remember, I'm also doing I tried 50 watts. I got it was okay. It was good. Then I did 100 watts, and I was doing 100 watts, and I was hitting Australia like crazy. Australia, New Zealand, American Samoa, forget what else. Hawaii, last couple of days. And conditions were not even like they're not even that good. All over the US, no problem. All over South America, no problem. But above that, nothing. Like Canada, Alaska, nothing. Europe, again, almost nothing. Southern Africa, I had that pattern. Southern Africa, I did hit Southern Africa. It's weird. It's weird. So I don't know if it's the antenna, the 64-1 that's doing that right now. Again, I have to. Japan, nothing. Not like the 49-1. 49-1, I would hit Japan like, you know. But with this one, not yet, nothing. So it's I may get another balance because it's just oh, have you ever tried slow scan TV? No, I haven't, but I'm thinking about that too. I'll look into that too. Because oh yeah, that's too. I forgot. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, I think that's why. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Matt. Yeah, I think so. You asked me that. I forgot. That's right. I did look into that a few months ago. You're right. I think it's not. I don't have privileges for that. I think it's outside my. Yeah. I think that's what it is. Because I was gonna look into it. I remember a few months ago. I think a few months ago I was gonna look into it, and then I said let me look into it first. And I think that's what it is. Yeah, I don't have. Yeah, you're right. I don't have privileges to that. That's what it is. The normal 10 meter. Yeah. The normal 10 meter SSTV is outside tech privileges, which is interesting. I know exactly. I don't know why they. Because pretty much I could do FM. There's a portion where I could do FM. Of course, FTA. There is a single sideband I can do, but I can't do. Makes sense. Yeah, I remember I looked that up. I was like, yeah, but I looked. I think I looked into that. I was months ago. I remember it was months ago. I looked into that, and I think that's what happened. I think it was right outside the privileges, and so I was like, forget it. I ain't gonna bother. You know, and that's another reason why I think that's what motivated me to because my original goal was to try to learn CW. So I think when you mention about that guy that he's doing all these things just to prove to people, I guess that's what I'm trying to do too. I'm trying to prove to people that even though you have a technician license, you don't have to rush to get your general. You know, you know what I mean? Like have fun with you. And I'm having fun. Don't get me wrong. I'm having fun with I made a lot of contacts on 10 meters. If you go to my QRZ, I made a lot of contacts. I mean, and I'm not all the time on it, but when conditions are good, I make contacts. And then like this, I barely scratch the surface on a lot of things. And um that's why I decided to get my license. I want to learn, I just don't want to get I don't want to get the general just because I want to go on HF for voice. You understand what I'm saying? Because I hear that a lot too. Oh, just get the general so you can do HF on voice. No, I don't care about that. I don't. He's not on top of my. It's not top of my list. I could do more FTA. And now you mentioned slow scan TV. That would be great too. But I'm not motivating me to do more single sideband. No, I'm not motivated by that. So it's changing because now that I'm talking on DMR a lot, not a lot, but enough. Yeah, so exactly. I wanted to see that. Yeah, exactly, man. That's why I got my general. I really wanted to do FTA. Well, more FTA. For me, it would be, yeah, more FTA. Exactly. Because my Ready the Extra too, for example, in his country, right? He has a foundation. It's called a foundation. It's like the technician. He could do more bands than I can. He could do more bands than I can, but he's restricted to 20 watts. There's a cap, 20 watts. Me, I'm not restricted by the power. It's more about bands. Excuse me. My throat is dry now. Huh? That's another thing, man. Exactly. I was more mic, but now that I'm talking on DMR more, I'm opening up more now. So I think you see what happened with me is like I keep telling people. Sometimes you have to go through a progression. Like in my case, um, I started doing FTA first, and then once I figured out, I said, "Oh, I need to just, if I want to talk when conditions are not good," I went on I started doing DMR. Now that I've been talking on DMR a lot, I'm more comfortable now talking. I'm a lot more comfortable talking, and so now that's giving me the bug. So now you know what? I want to start doing HF. So no, he's gotten a lot of contacts. If you go to his QRZ, he has a lot of contacts. He already got Master of Europe. He had it before. He already even got the Master of Europe on 20 watts. Because his license, they just upgraded his license a few months ago. He was limited to 10 watts. But in the UK, they finally upgraded to 20 watts. I think it was in February. He finally upgraded to 20 watts in Europe. I mean, not Europe. In the UK, his license he was only limited to 10 watts when he first got his license. But then in February, they're allowing up to 20 watts. So his contacts went through the roof. And he has a modest antenna set up. He has a loop. He had one. I know he has a loop, a QRP loop. One of his antennas is a QRP loop. He has a tunable loop. And that loop only goes up to 20 watts. So he uses that. He's been using that. And there's another antenna he uses. I forgot. It's a vertical. I think it's an MFJ. I forgot which one he uses. You got to go watch his videos. And he talks about all that there. So, yeah, he's only doing 20 watts. He's only doing 20 watts. And he's gotten contacts. He's gotten quite a few contacts. Because in the UK, he has more band privileges. It's just power. He's only limited to 20 watts as a foundation. I think it's a foundation level license, which is interesting. Over here is the opposite. I don't have privileges in other bands, in terms of like at least FT8 and so on. But I could do a lot more power than 20 watts. You understand? So no, I can too. I mean, with the G90, I proved it. I can, So, because of course, my most important thing is your antenna. Your antenna is, yeah, you can have a 100-watt radio, but if your antenna is not resonant, then and I'm showing that now because I noticed that now. It don't matter. Power don't matter. It don't matter. I was doing better. To be honest, I was doing pretty good with the 20 watts. I was pretty good with 20 watts. You know. Yeah. Let me see. I don't know. I have to check. I have to go, but I think I looked it up a few months ago, and I think I may not. Anyway, I'm gonna revisit it. I'll look it up because I want to do it with the. Also, another thing is I know with the Yesu, I saw a video on it. I'm not sure about it. Maybe one of you guys can answer that question. All right, take care, Tasso. I'll probably be back. I may be back tomorrow before he comes on. I don't know yet. I'm thinking about it, but let me see what happens with the setup downstairs now. So, yeah. Elmer time. Hello, Elmer time. And don't mind me. I'm having lunch. Yeah, sounds. Well, yeah, I should be having lunch soon. Yeah, it's 1:20 already. Wow. Sherwood, Oregon, 58 degrees Fahrenheit and cloudy. Okay. No, the thing about my Ready DX, he's in an apartment, so he showed his setup. He has to have it on the window, so he doesn't have like what I have. I have a wire outside. I have a, I have more, you know. In his case, he's a very modest setup. He has a, I know he has a loop. He has that, QRP loop. He has that 20 watts, and then he has the, I think it's an extent, is a whip. Is it MFJ that makes the? I don't know. I have to forget. I forgot. I know he has another one. It's an antenna. It's a telescoping antenna. Um, it's a really so, and he does that. I know, but he has a neighbor. Yeah, but I think Momara DX is like in the middle of a city. He doesn't have AC. I think his is in the. Yeah, you got to go to his channel see his setup. It's very restrictive. His is very restrictive. Compared to Jill's. At least Jill's got a balcony. See, Jill's got a balcony where he can throw the wire on a tree nearby. Maverick Dixon doesn't have that luxury in his setup. So it is amazing that he is amazing. Maverick Dixon is getting contacts the way he is, and 20 watts. He's limited to 20 watts. So it's pretty cool, and that's Anyway, that's his call sign. You know his call. Anyway, you know his call sign, man. You know his call sign. So go check out his QRZ, and you'll see the contacts. He's Yeah, I know. Michael. Yeah, I realized that. I heard it the other day. I'm like, oh my god, because I was trying to get CHML. M. I'll type it. I'll type M7EIW. Okay, what's going on with my mouse? M7EIW. Anyways, right there. That's his call sign. Anyway, when you go to his QRZ, you'll see his setup. He has a QRZ. All my contacts on logbook paper only. Okay. No, I have my QRZ. I have my QRZ syncs to log. I have a logbook of the world, EQSL, club log. I also what's it? QRZ CQ. I have an account there too. I'm all over the place. I'm all over the place. So, but the most accurate one is QRZ. I put everything at QRZ. And then I says, because I subscribe to the I paid a membership. It's like $34 a year for the XML subscriber. Because the reason why I pay for that because I want to download the ADF whenever I want. I can also sync it with Log of the World. When you pay, you could do all that. So I pay, I just sync it to Log of the World, and that's it. It's like $35 a year. So I said, I'm gonna pay for it because I like the setup. So $35 is nothing for compared to the headache that I don't. So that's what I got. I got the XML subscriber. That's the basic one. $35 a year, I think I paid. And so that one I could download the ADF, the ADI, ADIF, ADI file. And I take that ADI file, sometimes I upload that to Club Log. Because I don't have it synced yet. When I do FT8 over here or downstairs, this one I need to set up downstairs. That one I had to set up. The log automatically sends it to with what is it called? Grid Tracker. Grid Tracker sends it. Grid Tracker can send on. Anyway, I have it more or less automated now. So I don't want to be. I'm not doing all that. Sorry, it's 2024. I'm not doing all that. But I will back up. ADI. I usually have one back it up and I save it. It's different. DMR, C4FM, FT8. Different. So I just EQSL. I'd be surprised how much EQSL I get. The EQSL. I seen a lot of people on EQSL. EQSL.cc. It was dead, and then the last couple of days since I've been using the Yaesu, I went on EQSL. I had like 13. I had like 13 messages there already. All EQSLs. I was like, okay, approve. It's pretty cool though. Yeah. If you need the water on a wetland, it helps. Yeah, I know. Coastal Waves and Wires. He lives near the coast, so sometimes he'll be at the beach. There's salt water, and he'll throw he'll throw in the water, and he gets a lot of contacts. QRP. His is all QRP only, 20 watts or less. Coastal Waves and Wires. Yeah, check out his channel too. I've been a subscriber to his channel for the last few years. Coastal Waves and Wires. He does a lot of QRP stuff. His channel's because of him. I finally bought the Zygo G90. He calls it the G90. We call it the G90 Mafia. The G90 is a very good radio. I love the G90. If you haven't owned the G90, G90 is a great radio. I love that G90. I will not sell that G90. Even that the Yaesu that I have downstairs, I would not sell the G90. No way. I know, Michael. What a month for radio, right? CHML went off the air, and I didn't know because I was wondering why I cannot pick up the station for the longest. And I noticed also Zuma Radio. I can't hear it lately. I don't know if you're having the same issue, Michael, but 740, I cannot listen to Zuma Radio lately. I hope they didn't go off the air either, but I cannot hear them lately. So, it's Trey Garcia, 57 minutes. Well, right now it's an hour and 23 minutes in the books here. Smash that like button, people. Thank you. So yeah, Paul, A81SU checking in from Northern Vermont. Hello, Paul. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, MDK2. Yeah, I'm trying to remember the call sign for everyone from Jill's live show because I want to work people that I know. Yeah, so of course that's my Radio DX, sir. So I just received this a couple of days ago. So I haven't heard it lately. I've been trying to listen to it lately. I couldn't hear it. Last few nights I tried it. Well, not last night. A couple of nights ago, I tried to listen to it. I couldn't pick up anything because normally, 7 o'clock in the evening is already strong. 9 o'clock in the evening is very strong. I have nothing. It's like dead. It's like this. What I hear now is still the station from Long Island. That's what I pick up. The overcoming ministry. No, I don't know, but I don't think they're related. But I'm wondering why is all suddenly I can't pick up. Is conditions that bad? Like I just can't. I haven't heard Zuma radio like the way I used to. Zuma radio used to come in booming. Now I don't hear them like that. You know. And so Michael here. So Jill's is gonna make a live stream tomorrow from 9 p.m. to midnight. About that, about CBS. He's gonna tune in on it. I will probably do a live stream tomorrow. I don't know yet. I would like to be live around that time, but I don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow. I have things I have to do today. Because I'm not gonna be on too long. I already tried a couple of times. So right now, total, since I got cut off downstairs with the live stream, I've probably been on almost 3 hours already. So, but I know he's gonna do a live stream tomorrow. He announced it on the on Facebook. So from 9 p.m. to midnight, he's gonna be on tomorrow night. So I don't know if I want to be on the same time or I may just be on the live stream with you guys. I don't know yet. Yeah. 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 So you guys talking among yourselves? Yeah, I think they're still on. It's just that I just can't hear them. It's just weird. Zoomer radio. So maybe just conditions for some reason. I hope that's the case. Mike, I hope Zoomer. I hope not, because I like Zoomer radio also. I mean, I miss CHML. I like CHML. My thing about CHML, what I enjoyed them was I sometimes used to listen to the CFL, Canadian Football League, and I know they were the radio station for the Hamilton Tiger Cats. They're like the official station of that. So I used to listen to that, to the CFL game. Also, of course, the old time radio shows. And I used to listen. I listen to that. Although you could listen to that in a lot of stations. A lot of stations do play old time radio shows. There's a few I heard it on other stations. But CHML, I used to like. That was my old time radio shows. Was my memory of CHML. That was the first station that I actually heard the old time radio shows. So yeah, I'm gonna miss CHML. And they were around for 97 years. 90s after 97 years, they just went off the air. With like no notice, no nothing. They just one day they say, okay, we're done. That's it. Which is sad. It is quite sad. Yeah. Yeah, Michael. Yeah, the radio business must be really bad in Canada because 551 stations, including CHML, have shut down since last year. Yeah, I know. Yeah, so I know the radio business, and which I was talking about that earlier before I got cut off in that first live stream. That Odyssey owns a lot of stations, And I don't want to go through that again because I'm about to sign off in a bit. But um, they do own 1010 wins also. So, Odyssey has been having financial problems since they went public. So it makes sense that why have two 24-hour news stations when you own them both, and get rid of one and turn that into a sports station where you're probably gonna make more money. Is talk either because I'm gonna recap it real quick. What makes money is talk radio and sports. Those two formats are the most money making and ratings. Having a 24-hour news station is great, but it wasn't making them the money. That's what it is. And they already have 10-10 wins. So, they got to trim the fat, so to speak. So one of them, was going to get the axe. Yeah, at the end of August, that one is also going to flip. Exactly. On August 31st, 98.7 is going to, that's it. It's gone. It's going to turn into, I think it's going to be, I think I already read it somewhere. It's going to be some music. It's going to be music. I know music, but I forgot what format of music. Because I know that's going to end on August 31st, the 98.7. And then the local ESPN programming is going to move to 880. 1050 is national, from what I was told. It's going to be the national station. So my question to you, maybe you know the answer. Are they going to reduce power on 880? Because I read that somewhere too. I think they're going to reduce power on 880. So I don't know the answer. I read that somewhere, but it was more of a rumor. So if it's going to go local, I guess they're going to reduce power. Makes sense, right? Because you got the national one, you got 1050, So are they going to reduce power on 880 also? So Odyssey and Odyssey, I'm telling you, Odyssey. And by the way, this is not going to be the last of the stations. There are quite a few stations. I had questions about it. Is KYW next in Philadelphia? Also, I think KNX in LA. So we don't know. There's gonna be more. It's gonna be more. We're gonna see more of this. You know. Elmer Time, do you like? Yeah, I love my 991. It's a great radio. I FTA the last few days. I cranked it up to 100 watts. I'm having fun with it. Also the System Fusion. I connect to a local repeater, no problem. System Fusion. I was just talking on a local repeater because that one also does VHF, UHF. I connect that one to my hotspot. I was able to talk. Same thing, System Fusion. I also talked to DMR through there with the cross mode. YSF to DMR. I was able to talk to people on DMR using cross mode. YSX works nice. I like YSX. YSX button. The only thing I had to figure out was I didn't know that you have to. When I was trying YSX with my local hotspot, it didn't want to download it. So I saw a video that you got to put the squelch up to 20 and then it connected. And I got YSX, boom, on my radio. And I was like, yeah, nice. So yeah, I'm having fun with it. And you wasn't here, but a little while ago, but I ordered myself a CW keyer. So it's gonna be here in the next couple of days. And I'm gonna start. I want to learn, CW. So I could have done it with the Zygoon, but and also with the other one. But I decided, you know what, I'm gonna get into that because I can do that as a technician, even an HF. And some I can learn CW and do that. Mike, well, I haven't heard anything on A80 reducing power. They should just keep it. Yeah, they should keep it, but I don't know. That's what I read. I read that they're going to reduce the power also. Yeah, the receiver is Elmer Tan. The receiver is very good on in the 90 and shortwave listening. Yeah, I did a little bit of it. I went through it real quick. Medium wave is okay so far. He's not a DX machine. Medium wave, I can tell you, he's not a DX machine so far. But then again, maybe because I had the MFJ, I hooked it up to the MFJ 1886 loop. That's good. It's good. Don't get me wrong. And even at shortwave with the MFJ 1886 loop. But then I hooked it up to the long wire. It's good. It's a good receiver. Is it better than a couple of receivers that I have right now at the moment? I'm gonna say no. I have a couple of receivers that I'll actually pick up more. So it's receiving. I'm not gonna say it's a great receiver yet. I have to wait and see. It's not on a permanent setup yet. Right now, I have a temporary setup on it, but I want to hook up, the MFJ to it. I want to put a switch. So when I'm receiving, I can switch it to the MFJ, and then when I want to transmit, I switch it to the NFED. But I might put up another antenna. As soon as the leaves fall over here in Yonkers, I'm going to throw up another wire. I don't know what kind of wire I don't know what kind of setup I might be. I'm thinking about a straight vertical wire all the way up. I don't know yet. Let me see what I can do. Or an inverted V, or he's mentioning a dipole. Okay, so medium wave. No, I mean I pick up what I pick up what I can pick up. Medium wave is good, but I noticed a few stations I'm not picking up yet. Like I just mentioned, Zoomer Radio. I couldn't hear Zoomer Radio, and that's a station that I pick up on my portable. Although in fairness, that night I did not try on any other radio, so I have to wait and see. Plus, there is some stuff that you got to play with. All these has all these little bells and whistles. These stuff. I haven't really got into all the little bells and whistles yet, but I'm happy with it. Don't get me wrong. I'm quite happy with it. I'm very happy with it. And I'm surprised how efficient it is. I mean, 100 watts, my power supply, I'm doing FT8 at 100 watts. The analog meter on my power supply, when it transmits at 100 watts, I read in the manuals that it goes up to 22 amps, not 16 amps. It uses only 16. Because in the manual they say it can go up to 22 amps on full power. Nope, 16. It doesn't go beyond 16. It stays there, 16. So it seems to be very efficient. So, and my power supply, let me tell you, my power supply, I touch it. I could touch it. It stays cool. I had it running for a few hours yesterday, and the day before I had it running for a few hours. Cool. And well, of course, I had the air conditioning on in the room, but I could touch it. It was cool, even a few hours. The power supply. So that's a very good power supply. Also, my SWR is 111 on 10 meters. It's like 111. 111. Yeah, 111. Not even 12. 111. Well, I heard it's the opposite, Elmer. They said that digital actually, I believe it or not, I'm surprised. I heard the opposite. I heard that well, we'll see. But I think and of course it's 10 meters. But I noticed that I thought it was gonna be like, touch it is Yeah, I heard it's the opposite. And when I read all the manuals and everything, and even the um actually digital, actually believe it or not, actually I'm surprised. Because remember, you have it running all the time, every 15 seconds. FTA is every 15 seconds. Remember that. FTA, every 15 seconds, I'm cranking 100 watts. Boom, 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 boom. Every 15 seconds, it transmits. And that's hours at a time. Like I had that for the whole day. The whole day. And I'll touch the power supply. It was good. It was good. Because they say you could get hot when you want to touch it. No, no, no. It was a little warm when I put the AC on. Because without the AC on or the fan, you can hear the fan working a little bit in the power supply. But when I put the AC on, for some reason, I guess the passive air coming in the room, it never got warm. Like it never, like not even hot. It never got hot. Never got hot. Not even warm, like when you're like, oh my God. No, nothing like that. And like I said, 16. Because the power supply I have is up to 30 amps. It's up to 30 amps. But according to the manual and according to a few things, a few places I read, the FT991 at the highest. No, this is switching. This is not even on. This is a switching. At the highest, 22 amps. At full power, at 100 watt, it's supposed to go up to 22 amps. So, but I have the analog. It has a switching. It has a meter analog. It switches from volts to amps. So I switch it to amps because I want to see how much current. I want to see it. When it transmits, I look at the 16. Sometimes it's below 16. Sometimes it's like 15 and a half. Like 15 and a half, 15, 15 3/4. It might hit, not even 16. It might hit 16. And that's it. Never go higher than that on 100 watts. Now, when you're listening, how many amps? It goes down to like 3. Like when you're listening, when it's listening, it goes down to like 3. Like 3? I think it's 3. Maybe 2 or 2 and 3. I'm gonna say 3. When it's listening, receiving, it's 3 amp. 3 amp, 3 amp, stays at 3 amp. And when it, when it transmit, 16. That's it. Don't go more than 16. Not even 16. It barely touches 16. Barely touches 16. I'm gonna say 15, 15 3/4, whatever. 15.8, something like that, maybe. It barely, But I notice if I because I have a fan next to me because for me to keep cool. So I know when I have the fan on, it stays there. Now, if I don't have the fan on, it'll hit 16. It'll stay at 16. And I notice it does get a little warmer. So I notice, and just a little passive air around the room. And that thing really is very efficient. It's very efficient. So that power supply, that's the one that Jules recommended that power supply. He likes that power supply. And it's a switching power supply. And it has the noise offset knob. It has a noise offset knob. So you could use that if you're getting like noise nearby, you could offset it. It moves it over to the because linear is too expensive. I don't want to. It's too much money. But that one, a lot of people like this one, and it's not expensive. It's like I pay like $89, 30 amp, $89. It goes up to 30 amp. So that one in the front has 2 Anderson pole connectors, and then in the back you have the. So I got it hooked up to the back, obviously. But you got two more Anderson, what they call Anderson power connector, whatever it's called. So, but I'm telling you, that power supply is very efficient. I'm very happy with it, and it's not noisy at all. So far, so good. Yeah, somebody put a comment on that. Actually, I think it was David Radio Room, because it's small for 30 amp. It's a small. It's almost as small as that 10 amp that I got there. I have a 10 amp for the Zygo. That's a 10 amp. I believe. Is it a 10 amp? I can't see. I can't see what. Anyways, right there. See that one? The pyramid. So the 30 amp is probably around a little smaller than that one. And that's 30. You would think it would be bigger. No, it's actually smaller than that one. And so that's the one that, and of course they the one Joe's got. Then he bought eventually he bought another one, a 50 amp. That one is about $150. And that one, but I bought the 30 amp one because that's the one I need, and I got plenty, because before I bought it, I read the manual. Yeah, yeah. But I'm very happy with it. And so far, so good. I'm very happy with it. And I'm gonna make a review on it, but there's plenty of videos on that one. And the reason why I went with that one too, because Jill's liked it, and there's a video on it on YouTube that somebody actually opened it up to see how it's built, and it's well built. It's well built. That one is well built. When you look at the inside of it, it's well built. They do have clones of that one on AliExpress. You can get that one as low as $59. 30 amp for $59. I seen them on AliExpress. The same model, but it's on AliExpress. And I chose not to buy it. I went to Amazon because you get the 30-day thing on Amazon, all that. So I paid $89 for mine. $89 for 30 amp. That's pretty good. That's still pretty good. But AliExpress had it for $59. But I didn't want to take a chance on AliExpress because one, it might be a clone. Two, AliExpress shipping is crazy. That thing would have got damaged, dinged up all the way to China. So I said, you know what? I'm going to pay $89. That's still a good price for it. I got it in 2 days. 2-day delivery. Boom. And I'm very happy with it. Very happy with it. So, yeah. So I'm going to do setup down there. And then, of course, the Zygo's going to stay here. And this Yaesu FT818, I'm going to just... I'm going to get a case for it. I'm going to use it I'm just going to take that one and use it outside. I'm going to get a battery for that one. I'm just going to get a portable battery for that one, for the Yaesu, and use that one outside, exclusively for outside. Or what we call POTA. I don't know if I'm ever going to do POTA, but I'll use that one just for that. I'm not going to sell it. I thought about it, but oh, and there's a new Did you hear there's a new Yaesu radio? I guess it's the replacement of the 818. There's a new Yaesu radio. It just came out. It was all over the YouTube yesterday. I think it's the FTDX. Yeah, it looks like the FTDX10, except it's some people compare it to the Icom. What is it? So basically is this one. Remember I told you? Remember I said it? They should make an SDR version of it. That's what it is. So that one has HF. Yeah, of course it's gonna be expensive. So it's HF. I believe it has the 50 megahertz, 6 meter. VHF, UHF, and it has C4FM. The same thing like the one we have. FT991A, except they shrunk it down. and it's 10 watts. 8 watts with the internal battery, 10 watts with an external. So it's 10 watts with an external or external power, whatever. So it's 8 watts with the built-in battery. So that's the new Yaesu, the supposed to be the replacement for this one. The yeah. All right. So anyway, I'm gonna sign off now. Well, I've been on for 1 hour and 49 minutes. I was on a couple of times. I got kicked off a couple of times. I don't know my live stream. But anyway, I'm up here now. I did the live stream up here. I'm gonna try to be on tomorrow. I don't know if I am. If not, I'll see you guys on Jill's live stream for the final countdown of the WCBS 880. That's gonna be the last. Tomorrow's gonna be the last day of that news radio station. That's it's gonna be over on Monday. After how many years now? It was 1967. So that's gonna be quite sad. So if I'm not on tomorrow live stream, then I'll be on Jill's live stream, and then I won't be back till after Labor Day because I just wanted to come on today because I wanted to talk about that because you know CHML, and then the now of course CBS is gonna be no longer tomorrow after Monday. So I'll see you. I'll see you soon, if not tomorrow. Take care, everybody, and enjoy your rest of the week and Labor Day weekend coming up if you're in the U.S. And take care, everybody. All right. Have a good weekend. Bye-bye.